No harm in giving it another shot. Just have to try again.
What's up, everyone? Watcher Prime here. I'm going to play some Magic the Gathering today. I was gone all weekend doing doubles. I did 16 hours work on Saturday, 16 hours work yesterday. Slept probably almost 10 hours last night, so figured I'd come on here, play a little Magic the Gathering for you. And for me, too, because I got to get this stuff done. So, hope you're all having a wonderful Monday. I thank you for joining me. Feel free to interact in the chat if you have any questions about Magic the Gathering or anything I'm doing on here. And, yeah, let's get at it. Let's see here. So, I got all these dailies to do. I got 15 weeklies. I can win 15 games, get my weeklies done. 15 daily games. I can swap out one of these. And I got the lands are easy. Kill opponent's creatures. So I think I'm going to swap this. Alright, so we got creatures to play too. So for now, we'll just stay in standard with our Golgari mid-range deck. It's like my favorite deck right now to play. Not super meta, but I'm not super meta. Hope everybody's having a good Monday. Hope you're rested, slept. Serene's a little under the weather, so hoping she gets better soon. So I'm going to do two today. I'm going to do some Magic the Gathering now, and then later I'll probably do some Mortal Kombat. Continue on with our Mortal Kombat playthrough. I haven't touched Mortal Kombat since the first time I touched it on Friday, so it should be interesting. I got to remember to look at the combos in the menu before I go trying to get into things that you know, where I get too far along and it gets a little bit crazy for me. I haven't seen this one in a while. Sacrifice a creature and lose a life. Alright. We'll make him discard, see what he has in his hand. With our duress. Treasure token cantrip. Liliana can win a game by herself. He's ramping and all will be 1. So, and I'm short mana here. He's got plenty of mana. So I'm not worried about him getting mana here. So I'm going to get rid of his Planeswalker. That's a little bit too much for me to worry about right now. And I'm going to keep up Terra Sunder and or go for the Throat to deal with whatever he plays on his turn. I feel like he's going to play the Lone Speaker, which lets him ramp. Oh, he doesn't have any green mana. That puts him in a very rough spot. And we're going to exile Liliana out of his graveyard, so he can't pull that out if he has any kind of regeneration cards. This doesn't look like a regeneration deck, but Liliana again, okay. Hello, Appleberries, with the Hulkster in the chat. Ooh, that's the other thing we gotta do, Serene. We missed Fastlane over the weekend. Alright, I'm gonna use the front side of Mosswood Dread Knight and draw a card, lose 1 life. I need a mana source. That is not a mana source. We might be dead to drought here. There's his green mana. Can't play both these Sheoldreds because they're legendary, so I'll pitch one of them. Of course, probably he has a way to kill that aside from just this. So I was waiting for him to play that because I do not want that on the battlefield whatsoever. We'll let him play out his battles. As long as we keep creatures off the battlefield and eventually deal with this Liliana before she gets to 6 loyalty, we'll be in good shape. Right, yeah. Well, we can watch it back, though. So, I have no idea what happened. So at some point, we're going to watch it back. Alright, we are really getting mana screwed. At least we still have plays. He's going to make us sacrifice this. For sure. Or maybe not. He better, though, or it's going to die. But for our opponent, it's a matter of time. I feel like he's going to have some kind of gigantic creature in here that we're not going to be able to deal with. And he's just... Alright. I mean, I don't need 2 cut downs. You don't have any creatures. I have 3 ways to kill creatures here. Okay, we got to take care of that next turn. That shouldn't be an issue. We're going to have to block here. Maybe. Question mark. What's this turn into? A 4/4? Yeah, he's going to get rid of our underdog. Yeah, I think we died to drought here. I think this first game's a bust due to lack of lands. And even if we draw one now, we're in a position where we can't really... This might be too far gone to come back from. That just is the worst card we could have possibly had. We're going to pass. Let him make us discard one of these cut downs. We don't want to be caught holding these things. We lose our Mosswood Nexus because we couldn't play that. We only had 3 lands. Another all will be... Yeah, we're getting to the point now where we're going to be drawing dead and slowly getting killed here. We're up to a 50% land draw ratio, so... I mean, any day now, please. Game. Please, give me a land. You sacrifice your food token for some life here, dude. Come on, your go. Well, at least we can play that card. It's, you know, kind of too little too late. Again, no mana, so... Your go, friend. Your go. That's game over right there. So this all will be one every time he casts. Whenever you put one or more counters on a permanent player, all will be one deals that much damage to target opponent. Yep. GG's. GG's. We're of course going to let him kill us, but... Yeah. So he did a +1 on their Druid card and proliferated this up to 7 loyalty. +1. So this is going to do 1 damage. And now Liliana is at 6 loyalty, which means that opponent can separate, next turn can separate all our permanents into a pile and make us sacrifice half. So we have nothing but 3 lands, so at the very least we're going down to 2 lands. Opponent's got, what, 8-9 lands in play. He can gain 6 life. He's got 2 planeswalkers. He just flipped that battle into a 4-4. And there's the land. And not only did we get our land finally, but guess what? It's a tapped land, so we're dead next turn. Alright, there's literally no way to win this game. So we're just gonna we'll concede this one. This one's gonna go a little too long to even bother. A little aggravating when you don't draw your lands like that. We can actually seek our lands out. There's cards in our deck that allow us to seek our lands out. Now we got plenty of lands. 2 of them are tapped, but we got our man lands. Same ones opponent used against us last game. And also the addition of this 2/2 artifact land. We go first, so we can play this even with the tap land. We gotta turn 2 play a cut down if they play a creature. Turn 3 trespassers. We'll start getting into our trespassers. Opponent looks to be playing mono blue tempo. So counterspell, counterspell, counterspell. Probably starting right here if we try to play this trespasser. So I'm not going to play the trespasser. I'm going to put the Mishra's Foundry on the battlefield. I'm going to start hitting them with that. Impulse, huh? And of course, opponent played that wisely. Used his instant at the end of our turn. So we can't respond with anything. Unless it's at his instant speed. Opponent does nothing, and he didn't seem to get his land draw. Okay, now, if we play underdog, we're safe to make disappear because we can pay the 2 that make disappear makes you pay to avoid your getting countered. If he does just outright counter this, we can play it from our graveyard, so... If we put a threat on the battlefield, we got to when it comes to blue decks with counter spells, you got to force them to make plays. You can't sit back knowing they have a counter spell and do nothing about it. Just let them build their counter spells, get their draw cards. Blue is draw heavy. He's gonna bounce it. Which is fine. Again, we're gonna try to get these cards out of his hand. He, of course, is waiting for a Jin or a Tolarian Terror, are standard in these blue decks. Okay, now I'm going to try the Trespasser. He's probably going to counter, but if I can manage to keep instants and sorceries out of his graveyard, his spells will be not as cheap. This is probably a snap counter out of opponent. Hey, let that go. Well, I don't have counter spells. Let's try this again. Maybe opponent tries to counter this one for whatever reason. Nope, drawing cards still. He's trying to draw into his creatures. The Tolarian Terror is 1 blue cheaper for every instant or sorcery in the graveyard. It's normally 6, so right now it's 3. We're going to slam in here and see what the opponent's going to do. Bouncing it. You got to discard something, opponent, to target that. I wonder if we can bait him with all these Graveyard Trespassers into just discarding his whole hand away. I can't imagine he's that dumb. I can, of course, do 7 to him right now if I power up the Cottage, so there's an argument to be made for doing that. Because if we can put him on his back feet... Yeah, I think that was probably the best thing we could have done right there. Slap him in the face, let him know we're here, let him know we're legit. We're going to make him exile his graveyard, all that jazz. Make him start to panic, see what he does. Or maybe he's just simply not drawing into his cards. He could be. Notice how opponent missed a couple land drops. Okay, counter it. Yep. Got another one. And another one. Which is fine. We're getting all the cards out of his hand. Meanwhile, opponent's taking a lot of damage to the face right here. So, good for us, bad for them. Tolarian Terror, that's not really great news. Okay, let's let him counter this. You got 2 counters, opponent? I want them all. I want to take him. Yep, he's got 3 counters probably, and I could pay for all of them. That was kind of not really a good move for opponent. He's down to 1 card. Yeah, I'll wait till his turn to go ahead and sacrifice that and get 3 life. He's in a bad way. Again, if you can make mono blue, yeah, if you can make mono blue waste all their cards on your cards that have value. He had to use all his cards just to keep my 2-3 creatures off the battlefield. Which leaves him no way to protect his creatures via counterspell. We'll keep going with that. Getting their dailies done. Guess that a little bit behind because work. So we got turn 2 Underdog or Lockwayne Scorn. Target creature gets -3/-3. That's turn 2. So we can either be aggressive or be defensive. On turn 2, we already have that set up. Turn 3, Glissa. They got to deal with that immediately. And then by turn 5, we got Gix's command. We'll keep it. We go first. Always an advantage. Alright, they did nothing. They're probably going to kill this, but again, mono black now, so same thing applies. Try to get all the cards out of their hand. That's a lot of value, getting that with a cut down. Oh, opponent's Dimir with their own underdog. Okay. Now we got 2 Lockwains. Let's do one of them. Or do we? Well, let's make them get rid of Glissa. They're going to want to get rid of Glissa. We can start slamming in with our blitzed underdog and drawing cards. They're going to kill the Glissa. Oh, maybe not. They want that underdog out of my graveyard. Okay. Okay. Yeah, you're not attacking into that. But I'm attacking into you. Well, now we got our Sheoldred, which now they're going to want to deal with that. This has first strike death touch, which means if they try to block this, it hits first and it kills their creature, so they almost can't even deal with this creature attacking. And now we got a backup. That's pretty good for us. Opponents probably doesn't know it, but we're kind of in control right now. We draw one more land, we almost have complete control on this game. Never say never, because there you go. Opponent wants to get rid of that Sheoldred, probably attack our face. Which is fine. We have an interesting play to be had here. We can do that, gain 2 life. Do that, gain 2 life. Attack in. Draw a card. And we have our own Graveyard Trespasser in our hand now. Let's see how many creatures he has. Maybe he's got more creatures. Maybe he wants to go at our face again. He's just going with the Trespasser only. Interesting. Ah, you got your own Sheoldred. Okay. We'll draw. Lose 2 life to their Sheoldred. Now, this is going to be interesting. What I'm going to do here, I'm going to do Gix's command. You can choose 2 options. We're going to put 2 +1/+1 counters on that Glissa and give it lifelink. And then we're going to make them sacrifice their Sheoldred. And then we're going to get in there for 5 and draw a card. And now we got to go for the throat. Next turn, probably Trespass or keep open, go for the throat or Sheoldred's Edict. Opponent, are you okay? Give opponent a little snoozy emote. Shit, I had to check my desktop audio, make sure I didn't forget to turn that on again. I don't think opponent liked our last turn too much. I think we're getting roped. How dare you, opponent? How dare you? I want to speak to your manager. GG, opponent. Ooh, that's not good at all. For them, meaning. I mean, it just... Liliana, make them sack. They might even not get past this point. They're probably going to rope us again right here and we win. Opponent, please. Opponent, you don't have... She have a stroke? I hope not. Someone check on Douse Breaker. Wellness check on Douse Breaker. Okay, bye-bye, opponent. We'll take the dub. It's much more interesting when the opponent actually plays against us, but we'll take the dub. Oh. We'll just keep up our edict or our go for the throat. I can't imagine this is a scenario where, well, now we're not even going to do that. Now we're going to go ahead and drop that, get rid of that, and that. Get 2 life, drain them 2, they're down to 2. And even if they wipe our board, we can just power up our Restless Cottage and slappity slap the face and win. I think we're done here, opponent. Opponent definitely I don't know what this isn't necessary. That's why I conceded the last game, because this is not necessary. Why bother doing this? You know you're gonna lose. Typically Magic, I'd say a quarter to half the time you know you're gonna lose. Probably 4 or 5 turns before you lose, because you're playing a deck that meta-wise you don't really stand it. Your deck doesn't stand a chance of, and it's not anything you're doing wrong. Again, I think what did I see? The top deck in the meta is only winning at a 58%, just shy of 58% rate, and that deck's been around for 9 months, 10 months. This is a new one. Witch Control. I see mono red aggro slip down the meta. Otherwise, aside from this Witch deck and this Gruul aggro deck, these decks are all basically been in the meta for 9 months. So you know what you're playing against, and you know what your deck does. So it's very, you know, like if I come up against mono red aggro right now with this deck I'm playing, I know that if I don't get enough mana by turn 4 and don't have certain creatures, that I'm going to lose. But there's like one creature in the deck that I know if I have and I can cast as soon as I can, that I can shut down a mono red aggro deck. It is possible. We're playing against Mordarant. Does that seem like the correct way to pronounce that anyway? We'll call him Morty. We're playing against Morty. Hello, Morty. Oh yeah, another mono blue tempo deck. This is probably one of our harder matchups. This is why I'm surprised we won earlier. Oh no, Dimir Ninja deck. Really? Ninjas in standard? Odd. He doesn't have a fairy and he's got these 2 discard spells. Yeah. He's probably going to put that fairy on the battlefield this turn. And we're going to blow that shit up immediately. Yep. Because he just drew his fairy. And we're killing it immediately. Oh, he's got another fairy. That's fun. I mean, I only got 2 cards to discard. He's going to go for Throat this Tortoise. Oh, I don't have 2 green. I dropped the wrong mana there. That was horrible. That's fine. We can let him kill this. This'll ramp us, at least. He's going to do both anyway. We're going to lose 2. He's going to Ego Drain, get rid of Tortoise, and then he's going to go for the Throat. Well, he's not drawing mana. So we'll get in what damage we can while we can until he gets the mana to cast. Clean his hand out here. And here's our go for the Throat. We'll take care of this now before he can even use it. He's still got this ninja, which appears to me like he's waiting for an opportunity to attack in with another creature so he can ninjutsu this creature in. Unfortunately for him, now he's going to be losing cards every turn. If you have Liliana of the Veil in your deck, you don't need, it's a good empty hand card. Because you both have to discard. But if you have no cards, then it means nothing to you to make them discard. Opponent's going to go at Liliana. Fine. Do we go Blitz Underdog, draw a card? See what we get, maybe? We have plenty of health. We don't got to worry about our life total or anything like that. What, are you going to bounce it to our hand? I don't really understand what's going on here. This is fine. Not worried about that at all. Fairy Vandal, okay. That's kind of odd. I would have sacked the Mastermind, because he's going to give me cards and shit now. That's not smart. Or at least not, I wouldn't play it that way. Because we can do this, we can blitz this all day. He's going to lose more life than us. And yeah, he's going to draw cards, but then we're going to draw cards. Playboy, thanks for the lurk. And I'm glad that he's doing this, because look at all the mana. We're flooded. We're like completely flooded. We're down to a third. Our starting land draw ratio is 42%. We're currently down to 37%. And we already have the mana to cast everything in our hand, or in our deck rather. Talion is not good. We need to get some kind of removal for that real quick. Okay, well, that's something. So we'll go ahead and do this. Now he's got nothing but mana. Alright. That's fine. That's fine. We're probably falling behind right now. That was a sack at the end of the turn anyway. He's going to draw a card. I'm going to draw a card. And then we're probably dead to flying creatures here. I mean, I only got a mana. I only got a mana. That's it. 1 land. 1 forest. Can't discard that. Let's see. He's going to draw a discard with Kaito. Yep. And Kaito phases out, so I can't target him. And we'll look at us. We're just land. See how it's like one game you can't get a land, the next game you get nothing but land. That's just Wizards of the Coast for you. We're not even going to do anything here. He's just going to kill us next turn anyway. Yeah. Another Fairy Mastermind. Fairy deck is, you know, it's pretty serviceable in the meta. I'm surprised that's not in the top 10 meta decks, honestly. The flying's a big deal. I think flying creatures are very, like, underrated in this game. Because if your deck has a lot of flying creatures, not a lot of decks can deal with that. Unless they're just pure removal. Which, I play some of them. Alright, so we still got 13 lands to finish that daily, 7 more creature kills to get that daily, and 3 more creatures to get that daily, but we're well on our way to finishing our dailies off. And once we do that, I think I'm going to take a break, get another coffee, have a smoke, come back, switch decks, maybe play some Historic. And I gotta force myself to not play Golgari. I think Golgari is probably my favorite two colors to play in tandem. So we got early removal. We got enchantment removal. Or basically exile anything later. Only issue with this is no turn 3 play. These are both 4 mana cost creatures, but opponent goes first, so we're on the draw. Hopefully we draw into some either a mana or a 3 cost card. Okay, so opponent looks to be mono red burn. That was exactly what we wanted to do. Now a lot of people would snap this cut down right on this Epicure. That Epicure is only doing 1 damage a turn. Let's see if he doesn't cast something that we can kill with this cut down. So it's power and toughness 5 or less. This is 2. If he puts like a 2/2 out here, 3/2, 2/3 are like ideal. And then depending on what they are. But this 1/1 is not of any concern. Alright, so I'm going to play out this tap Restless Cottage and keep up my cut down. And see what he does on turn 3. Because now on our turn 3 we can play this Glissa. Yeah, he's got a whole bunch of 1/1s. I think this is a token generation deck. I think it's the either the Boros or the other one, the black, red, white one. By now I would almost see. Now that's a good target. We'll see what he does. He's drawing a card and discarding a card. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and whack that. These are all his tokens are gonna end up being 1/1s anyway. And if we get to 5 mana and draw Gix's command, it's an absolute blowout. And then there becomes oh yeah, it's all 1/1s. Okay, so that's fine. So this turn we're just gonna go ahead and do Glissa. He's gonna slam it with everything. It's a guaranteed block for us. We'll take out the reinforcement, so in case he has some kind of flicker spell. Obviously, his whole point to this deck is to get as many tokens out and just hit us. We can't block enough of them. But this deck does have ways to gain... man, if he puts 3 more out, we're in trouble. Nope, he's just fishing. Another Voldaren Epicure. Okay, so now... we're going to put another block around the battlefield. And we're going to gain 2 life. Eliminate one of these. And we're no attacks. We got to start blocking now. Because he can get us down fairly fast with all these tokens. We got to hope he like draws shit lands or something. Scoundrel. He's attaching a wicked counter. We'll do this. We'll do this. Take 5. 6, actually. Yeah, we're in trouble. And there's our Gix's command, but oh no, we don't have enough mana. So what we're going to do is we're going to play our Blossoming Tortoise and go get our mana. That's our only shot at this point. And we did manage to get 1 mana out of that. So next turn we can wipe this. All we have to do is win this turn. Or get through this turn, rather. And we win the game. If he puts more tokens with haste out here, then we got issues. It might be over. Oh, that's actually really good for us. And he didn't even attack. That's actually outstanding for us. So we basically win this game. Before we drop this mana, because it's a utility land, let's just go ahead and clean this up like we were planning on. Sacrifice your biggest one. That's your biggest one. Now we can slam in for 9. But I don't think that's really what we want to do right now. So we'll just slam in for 2. Get another mana. Yeah, he gave up. Excellent. You don't want to get overzealous and just slam in with all your creatures there. Because honestly, all it would take for him is like just get a haste creature out there. Now we were going to put our Sheoldred on the battlefield, which would, every time we draw a card, we'd gain a life. Cool, got 500 coins. I'll actually make that 1100. Can add to our mastery level. Let's see where we're at there. We are currently doing blue, so we can get our elusive otter, which we will. Does that really look like an otter? Oh. Anyway, we got a pack to open. Restless Vinestock. Alrighty. So, what do we got left now? 8 more lands. Like I said, we're going to play until we get all our dailies done. Now I'm going to take a break, come back, switch decks, maybe switch formats, and keep trying to get them dubs to get our weekly done. I think I might do Monday MTGA. Just so I can get the weeklies done and play other things during the rest of the week. Although this is my standby. I love playing Magic. It's relaxing. Unless you get into a really sweaty match with an evenly matched opponent. Then it gets a little sus. Looks like we're playing a mirror match almost. Probably is too. Well, let's make them have it. He's gonna have it. I knew it. I knew he was gonna have it. Let's see if he has it again. Let's make him kill all our creatures. Yeah, you're going to want to kill that on your upkeep. Right. Now he can't even take a turn. Unless he draws the land. And then he'll probably play this. We have an excellent answer for this. So the way to deal with this, because when you kill this, it goes into the graveyard. For 1 turn, they can play it out of their graveyard. But if you take it out of their graveyard, they lose it completely. So that's what we're going to do here. We're going to go bloop, kill it. He can now play it, but he has no mana. And then we'll put our Graveyard Trespasser, which lets us exile from graveyards. And we'll get rid of the Dread Knight. We get a little bit of a drain here. We go up 1, they go down 1. And that's no longer a threat. There's Sheoldred. Okay. We're just going to empty our hands here and try to ramp up. No attacks this turn. Now, if we can't take care of this Sheoldred quickly, we're going to have issues. Another Dread Knight. He's drawing away up there. Oh, he's got his Virtue, and he's 1 mana short from casting it. Our Glissa again. Can't really attack into that. Killed the Glissa. What else you got, opponent? Another Dread Knight. He's going to probably have too much value with these Dread Knights, which is weird. We've only seen one of ours in 4 games. Yeah, he's going to get 1 more mana and this is game over. So we just kind of drew bad there. Well, now we have a play. We do have a play. We +1/+1. Make him sacrifice the Shieldred. Or plus, yeah, 2 +1/+1s. Lifelink. Attack in. Now we want to probably get the creatures out of both graveyards before they get to 7 mana. Which they might just get to 7 mana right here, and then we got to do something about this. Yep. He's going to put that Virtue of Persistence out, and we're going to need to remove it. By the way, 1 more mana and we're done with our dailies. Man, they had it all. Okay. Okay. We're going to use this Takenuma on the backside to mill off some cards and then pull a creature out. We'll pull out our Shieldred. Slam in. We are going to start getting rid of our creatures out of our graveyard. Yeah, he let that go and he's just going to attack and kill us. We were going to die anyway. Not enough creatures. And again, that just goes to show you that these Mosswood Dread Knights and these Virtue of Persistence, these adventure cards are very strong because you can play the card twice. And in Mosswood Dread Knight, you could infinite loop that. Just, you know, play it every turn. If that's all you're playing. And as long as you're ramping up with mana, you can play other things. So that can actually take a game over. It's a very misleading thing, these adventure cards. Alright, so I would say we're pretty well guaranteed to play 2 lands. So we're going to do 1 more game. Then we're going to take a break. And now I'm going to come back, switch decks, maybe switch formats. Hey, who knows? Maybe I'll look at doing a draft. That ought to be interesting. I haven't done a draft in a while. It'll probably suck, but we do have Untapped GG to help us and tell us, like, you know, what card. It'll recommend us stuff. I don't always go exactly with what they say, but they kind of like it kind of, you know, makes you go in a certain direction, though. Well, we have 2 Glissas, so let's see if he removes one of them. By the way, we took that extra damage because of the Llanowar Waste providing us with green mana. Oh, he's going to exile them. Okay. Alright, well, let's see how many of those you got. You got a lot of them? Five-color domain deck, maybe? He can kill enchantments. Unfortunately for him, we're not really playing a lot of enchantments here. So we'll just start getting our big creatures out. Well, not our big creatures, but our more powerful and value creatures. He definitely wants to have a blocker or kill this Glissa, because if I'm drawing cards every turn, he's going to have an issue too. He didn't keep the Boseiju in his hand to kill our enchantments, so he must not be too worried about our, us playing any enchantments. He's ramping. Probably going to try to play a Trax on us, which is fine. Now we'll throw our forest down. We're going to blitz our underdog in and try to be aggressive here and see how the opponent responds. Well, he's still just ramping. Question is, does he have another lay down arms? We'll channel this. Nice. And now I can get into their hand and see what they got. See how we're just kind of... we're plugging along, and we're going to catch up with them in cards if they don't do anything sooner or later. He's got an Angel of Wrath. Okay. Yeah, you're going to want to kill Glissa. That's a good idea. That's fine, too. So, we're going to go ahead. Make him sacrifice that sucker. With our Lily. One, two, three, four, five, six. Take a peek. Hey, Nox, how's it going, man? Playing a little Magic the Gathering here. How's your day going? Hey, he's got nothing but creatures. Yeah, oops. Yeah. We'll give him one of these. Let's see. So he's got all creatures. That's fine. Do we do this? Or do we blitz an underdog? Let's blitz an underdog. Because he won't be so happy if we get our Virtue of Persistence on the battlefield. Get that cottage. We can attack with that. Alright, we're just chilling. Like I said, just hanging out, playing Magic. Figure I get my weeklies and dailies done, get them out of the way. I think Serene's been a little under the weather. So she's probably going to take the day off of stream, and I've been working. I'd worked 32 hours in the last 2 days, so I want to kind of just chill and play some video games today anyway. So I figured Magic in the morning, chill, nice and chill, play some cards. And then maybe get sweaty later and play some Mortal Kombat 1. I'm not going to guarantee that, though, because if I'm still, a little wore out, I'll end up playing something else. Maybe go back to that medieval, let's see, our graveyard, opponent's graveyard, get rid of that, I guess. Let's just slam this in there. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm going to be doing that now. I'm doing swaps, so... I won't be streaming at all Thursday or Friday because I'll be doing 16-hour days. And then I got 4 days off after that. We did get our go for the throat, so we can kill a creature. Hopefully opponent foolishly... play something here, but he's got mana, and he's got this Atrox is just a backbreaker. Just a backbreaker. He plays this, he can put one card of any type into each type into his hand. He looks at the top 10 cards. Yeah, top 10 cards of your library. For each creature card, or each card rather, type, you may put a card of that type among the revealed cards into your hand. And the rest of them, you put them on the bottom of your library. It's fucking super powerful. I even have an Atraxa deck. So what did he get? He got Kami War, bunch of land. Yeah, we probably lost this game. But that's fine. We finished our dailies, so I can take a 5-minute break here and get a coffee. No coffee! Nothing. Yeah, there's that Atraxa. So now we gotta kill that. We don't kill that, we're dead. So bye-bye to you. We'll draw a card, lose 1 life, playing dangerously here. I mean, that would have helped earlier. Not so much now. Slam in there. Get rid of that Atraxa. And we need the life back, so we gotta start getting rid of some of ours. What do we got? Oh, we only got the Glissa. Okay. We managed to get yet another underdog. So if opponent's not careful, we're going to win next turn. He's probably going to play the Kami War, get rid of our Shieldred, exile it, which is fine. Or bind it. Leyline Binding's an option. Maybe exile... What would he exile next? Mosswood. Hey, Inferno. How you doing? Inferno over on the YouTubes. You gotta wipe the board, guy. Something. Maybe he's gonna play his... Yep, Angel of Wrath. And he's going to do the damage face, and we lost the game. Yeah, a little bit too much value with that Atraxa. 1 mana, or 2 mana less, and we would have won that game. Opponent just had too much value for us there. I have the next 3 off. But as I said earlier, I worked 32 hours between Saturday and Sunday, so I'm a little tired today. That's why we're starting off with Magic. And like I said, I do want to play Mortal Kombat 1 later and get through that fucking story as quick as possible. But I don't know if my head's gonna take that today, so we're gonna play that one by ear. So we got all our dailies done. All our dailies are done. So now we got our daily win rewards, which are minimal, though, for getting 15 wins in a day. And I do want to try to get my weeklies done, which is 15 wins in the week. That's not crazy. It's fairly simple. I think when we come back, we're going to play our Slappy Slap. Where'd it go? What did we do there? Our Slappy Slap Mono White aggro deck. Just ramp out, get all these creatures on the battlefield, you know, while responding to opponents' threats. So, we'll play that when we come back. I appreciate you guys all stopping in and saying hi. I appreciate the commenting in the chat especially. It gets kind of shitty when you're on here and you're just, you know, talking to yourself, and seems like it's more and more of a thing. In case you guys didn't know, for every follower we get, we're gonna be, whoever's on stream's gonna eat some Bean Boozled, which means that I could be going, what, is there diaper flavor on here? Well, there's rotten egg, barf, booger, stinky socks. Man, I almost don't even want any more followers. Just kidding. I'd like all the follows. Any follows we got, we appreciate. Yeah. Yeah, well, this is edition 6. I'll read you all the flavors. I know Serene did that yesterday, but not everybody saw it. So, I need a little light here. Yep, liver and onions is in this one. Liver and onions or cappuccino on that color. Then you got rotten egg or buttered popcorn. Yeah. You got barf or peach. Booger or juicy pear. Stinky socks, tutti frutti. Old bandage and pomegranate. Toothpaste or berry blue. Now, you wouldn't think the toothpaste would be so bad, but I've had that before in jelly bean form, and it's like way over what toothpaste is. Stink bug and toasted marshmallows, dirty dishwasher birthday cake, or dead fish, or strawberry smoothie. So. Oh no. That's fine. I burp for hours anyway. I burp for days. I mean, I'll be happy to eat any of them. Any viewers are appreciated. So I hope you guys stick around. I'll be right back. It won't be a long one. Like I said, I'm just gonna have a smoke, get a coffee, come right back. I want to get my Magic Weeklies as close to done as I possibly can. So please stay in the chat, hang out with us. I'll be right back. I'm Watcher Prime. This is Serene Watcher Gaming, and I love you. Alright, we're back. Like I said, we're gonna play some mono white aggro here now. I seem to have a lot of luck on this deck. I see Nox went and lurked. He's making some dinner. We're gonna have to ask him what he's having for dinner when he gets back, if he gets back into the chat. That's honestly, you guys tell me what you had for dinner, and I find it especially interesting when you're like living overseas and having different types of food and stuff like that. It's interesting to me. I love cultural things. It's part of the reason why I'm playing through Ghost of Tsushima. I love Japanese culture and history. In that case, it's kind of history, but it's, you know, loosely based history. Looking down at my mic here and the desktop audio. I'm like paranoid about my desktop audio because I have a nasty habit of not turning the desktop on. Third land in this hand is great. Hopeful Initiate into Thalia, into Adeline. Somewhere along the line we can use our adventure and put a 2/2 Vigilant Knight on the battlefield. And then if we get to 5 mana, it pumps our creatures every turn, so let's go. Wolfenstein Youngblood, huh? Did you like that game? Because I saw a bunch of reviews said it was trash. But different strokes for different folks. If we get a land on turn 3, this vendor is going to be real nice too. But for now, let's do Adeline. Or Thalia, rather. He's going to want to kill this Thalia because it makes all his spells one more expensive to cast. It'd be especially nice if we could pump Thalia. We did not get the mana, so we got to play our vendor. This vendor lets you put, for 1 mana each turn right before combat, it lets you put a token. A +1/+1 token on any of these creatures. And the token also, when you attack with that creature, that's an interesting play. We did get our 3rd mana. You love New Colossus, but still wish Old Blood was on Switch. Yeah. Well, that's the only thing with Switch, right? It's... So I think we're just going to drop our Adeline. And for this turn, we're not going to attack. I'm smelling Sheoldred right now. I feel like he's going to play Sheoldred. Or kill Adeline. Yep. It's fine. Exiling Adeline, I'm sure. Yep. Okay, now we can be Trixie. We can play our Eiganjo and Phyrexian Vindicator. Or we can slam in. Hope he blocks with the Lord Skitter. Let's do that. We'll decline. Attack in. Opponent might be smelling foul here. He might be sniffing us out. He did sniff us out. Okay. But that's fine. We're gonna keep up our Eiganjo. Hopefully he slams in next turn. Best case scenario, he slams in. There's the Sheoldred. Yeah. Bethesda decision, which means it's a Microsoft decision. So, probably not. Unless they feel like they can make money off it. So let's go ahead and get rid of this Skitter. And then we'll block one of these. We're going to draw. We did not get our mana, which is pretty fucking bad. We're going to go ahead and put it on Thalia. Yeah. Although Elder Scrolls 6, I could see them a year after it comes out putting it on PS5. That's a lot of money for Microsoft to lose. There's a lot more PS5s out there than there are Xboxes. That's plenty of removal opponent had. I mean, I don't really understand some of these gaming developers with their ideas of, you know, losing sales due to exclusivity. You know, just the war itself is kind of self-defeating. It's like I'm watching war games with Matthew Broderick with these developers lately. Alright, so on their turn, we're going to put our 2/2 Knight token on the battlefield. Yeah, right. So we got the whole set right on PC, so yeah. Put our Vindicator out. This Vindicator now, if it takes any kind of damage, you can remove it with a destroy target creature, but if it takes any damage, it eliminates that damage and then lets you use that damage to target something. So they really can't attack in right now with this on the battlefield. Let's see how many. If he's got much more removal, then we're in deep doo-doo. Liliana of the Veil. Yeah, we're going to definitely sacrifice the Knight. That much should be obvious. He also doesn't know that we have another Vindicator. In fact, that other Vindicator might save our life. Because it's going to prevent them from attacking in. Now, that's not bad either. We can do this. We can pay for that. So the interesting thing here to consider, like this Liliana is not great at leaving this on the battlefield. Opponent's at 13. We can do 6 this turn. He can only block with 2 creatures, so if he doesn't put another creature on the battlefield next turn, we can slam in with everything and win. I mean, he's going to block this, like, snap block. That's not good. Too expensive. He is gaining life, too, every time he draws a card. So. Right. Up to 9. Opponent's up to 9. Jesus, it's 1 o'clock already? Local? Alright, so we gotta be smart about this. Does he have a board wipe? We would be taking 7, 8, 9, going down to 4. We're gonna do no blocks and roll the dice here. This might be, that decision is probably either lethal for us or lethal for opponent. Oh, I've seen Nikto around, too. I'm familiar. Okay, I'm kind of like looking like where I'm at in this playlist. So, opponent kills stuff? Is that what's going on here? We might just be losing here. He's got 7 mana. Does he have a persistence? Can he kill a thing? He's got another Liliana. He's going to make a sacrifice. Which, no problem. We're going to sacrifice the Initiate. Yeah. We'll sack the Initiate. You got 1 card left. I mean, we just slam in and win, right? Does opponent even have... Let's put the 1/1 here. This is very weird. I don't know. It could just be a win for us. Right. Power up your Mishra's Foundry. Block a thing. I'm going face with that 1/1 I just made. Do I want that mana? Sure, but I think we win. I think we just win here. No matter what he blocks, what's he going to block? The 3/3, the 4/4? He's getting 9 no matter what. He can't block the 5/5. Yep. So that Sketchball's decision I made a turn and a half or 2 turns ago led to that victory. But getting that dub could have easily took an L. We'll take that EXP though. We'll take them coins and we'll get into the next one. 4 wins on the way to 15. Might not do all 15 this game. Opponent goes first. Worst 3 words in Magic. We do have a Thalia. We do have the Spellbook Vendor to play, and we can kind of keep their board at bay early on. We need to draw mana here, though. I actually, after this game, if you're in chat, remind me to make an adjustment. I have to make an adjustment to this deck. So when I get to 3 mana, I can exile this. Right? I gotta pay. It's 1 for the lay down arms, 2 for the ward. Okay. So I can't play that yet. Opponent's Dimir, black and blue. Probably a fairy deck again. Alright, so now we're gonna go Invasion of Gobakhan, take a look at their hand, and then we can make one of their spells cost more. Fairy Fencing, he can kill creatures, he can bounce creatures. This is not looking great for us. Because we gotta eliminate these creatures fairly quickly. I might bounce that. Make it cost 2 more. Yeah, we might be falling behind too fast here, too quickly. That Thalia would have been good, but... So let's... Soul Partition this. And we'll lay down arms that. We need a 4th mana. We get a 4th mana source, get this Phyrexian Vindicator on board. That kind of sucks. We needed mana there. Now do we throw Adeline down becomes the question. Again, the flying here is the issue. These creatures are flying. If you don't have reach or your own creatures are flying, you are not blocking. And I see you. You haven't played Magic Inferno. I'm glad you can join us then. And if you have any questions about what's going on here at all, I'm sure you do. I mean, it's a pretty complicated game. Everybody says it's like chess and poker, you know. So this Werewolf Fox is probably going to be our play because it can exile another target non-fox artifact creature. I'm pretty sure this is the only fox we're, in play right now. So it has flash. Opponent has 1 mana up. Let's see what he does with this. I mean, opponent probably should have run over us by now because we're not drawing our mana sources, but as it were, neither is opponent, so and he's got something for 1 mana. Probably gonna bounce our werewolf, maybe? Question mark? Yeah? Is that what you got? A Fading Hope? Fairy Fencing, okay. It's 2 Fairy Fencing in a row. Now he's got an Ego Drain, so we're going to lose a card. Yeah, our 1 flyer that we needed the 1 mana to cast, so we're probably dead. We're probably dead on board. Unless we get some kind of miraculous draw here. Another Bodyguard. Well, let's see if he's got anything to... We're still dead in 2 turns, but we're hanging in there. Sure. If he can pump that either of these, then we're dead this turn. No. Okay. And again, there's the mana. There's finally the mana. We're dead regardless. Well, let's just play this out. We'll give him Thalia. And we'll show him our Virtue of Loyalty. Oh, we can't even do that. So, Spellbook Vendor it is. We'll show him what we got and let him kill us. Yeah, I could have played just the Spellbook Vendor and paid the 1 mana and tagged up the werewolf and hit this for 3 and flipped it, and then he still kills us. It's kind of a waste of time. Yep, good game, opponent. GG's. We'll even give you a little GG emo, give you the Drake. Ranking up would be nice here, too. Although, frankly, this new set just dropped like a month ago, and I can't believe I actually made Mythic last month. Wouldn't be surprised if I didn't this month, because I'm playing different decks and stuff. Like I said, I could just go into the meta and pick a deck out of the meta and play like a high win rate deck and play a shitload of games and do all that jazz, but... Opponent goes first. Shitty, but we do have Initiate turn 1. We can check their hand turn 2, make a thing more expensive. We can do it again on turn 3. And then we got a Regal Bunnycorn, which has power and toughness equal to the amount of permanents you have in control, which is everything but your mana. So, theoretically, by turn 4, it's already a 4-4. It counts itself, too. So if you play it and it's the only thing you have, it's a 1-1. Again, 1, like this is a 1-2, 1 attack, 2 defense, power, toughness. Alright, so we're going to go ahead, Hopeful Initiate. Opponent looks like mono red aggro, might kill our Initiate with a spell. Spells pump Swift Spear, hit him with Swift Spear. We'll give him the 2 this turn. Phoenix Chick, Flyer, gotta take care of that at some point. No blocks. No blocks. Okay, now we'll go with Thalia. And we'll hold up. Scoundrel. He's probably going to put a token on the Phoenix chick. I bet. Good play. That's what I would have done. Unless Milza 92's in our stream. This looks like a debate, or debate here. I feel like if I block this, he's going to friggin' cast a spell on my face, like a play with fire. And then this will die, so we're going to only block with one right now. Okay, maybe I had that wrong, but better safe than sorry. Okay, take a look. He's got a frenzied... Let's see. This spell costs for each creature that attacked this turn. Or we can just let him have a 2/2. If we let him have a 2/2 and he just doesn't draw a burn spell, we take 5 next turn. So this turn, we're going to slam our invasion, flipping it. And at the beginning of our end step, we're going to put a +1/+1 counter on each creature we attack with. And if we sacrifice this, we can basically make our creatures... Oh, I can't even do it because of the Thalia. That was a bad, bad, bad play. There's your boneheaded play of the day from Watcher. Bonehead. Oops. He flipped his Kumano. Yeah, now we're in deep shit. On top of it. So I feel like we should just get bodies out here and just block, and hopefully our opponent can't deal with our blockers, but it's not looking good right now. Because we can block these, no problem. We can block everything except for that Phoenix chick. Godric's not good at all. Okay, we'll kill Godric. We'll kill the Kumano. We'll kill the Swift Spear. And take 4? And go down to 1. That's really dangerous, but let's try. We weren't looking good in the first place. That's pretty friggin' good right there. So we're gonna go and soul partition you. No, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I'm not doing any of that. What I'm gonna do is attack in with you, and that's it. We're dead anyway, actually, because if I kill this... Man, that's bad. This Thalia is actually what's going to kill us, our own creature, because everything costs 1 more. Yeah, this don't work either. Yeah, see. Anyway, that artifact, once that artifact, yep, did. Once that artifact leaves the battlefield, you get 1 damage. So that mono red aggro's fast, and it was on the play. Mono red aggro on the play, you've pretty much lost. Each deck probably has 1 card that can deal with that, or maybe even the game out. But by then you've usually lost enough life to where all they need is a burn spell. Playing against Primo. Too slow. Way too slow. Much better. We're putting this away because it's expensive. Hi Nox, welcome back. We came back. We switched to a mono white aggro deck. What you having for dinner, by the way? I saw that you said you were eating dinner, or making dinner, rather. Mono red aggro again. And you're going to see that. You're going to run into a lot of mono red aggro. So he's going to want to cast a creature next turn. Let's see what he's got. He's got that shitty Scoundrel. That Godric's horrible to deal with. He's going to do Swift Spear. 2-3. Yeah, we're probably dead here too. But he's got 2 mana. So let's get rid of Play with Fire. I know that's probably not a great move, but hopefully we can flip this Gobokon next turn if we draw like a spell book or we don't have anything in the way of haste, unfortunately, because we're in white coloration. We could do another Thalia though, or another Hopeful Initiate rather, and a Thalia, making all his spells cost more. Creatures not so much, so he can still play his Charming Scoundrel. He's going to want to get this Thalia off the battlefield. That's a shame he drew a mountain, because now he can probably play everything for the most part. He might just outright Lightning Bolt. Yeah, I was going to say he might just outright Lightning Bolt the Thalia. But Mono Red gets greedy, and they attack in. If I draw Phyrexian Vindicator, nope. But that's not bad either, because that shuts down their attacks. And I flip this. Do 1 damage to the face. All the creatures attack get +1/+1. And our Regal Bunny Corn is still good to block, so if we can stabilize right here, we get a couple decent draws and we're stable, we can win this still, even though Mono Red went first. But Godric, okay. Do you have a 1-mana spell? Not even attacking in. So now I'm going to take a big risk and slam in with everything. These get buffed for training up. They attacked with a creature that's higher than them, which means if they do that, they get a +1/+1 counter. So now opponent's got some decisions to make. He can take 10 and go down to 9, and then maybe he can swing back and kill me. But that was probably my best chance at a win here. Well, I mean, I played when I was a kid, and it doesn't take that much to learn. They put you through a pretty good tutorial. I'll even show you guys that actually when I'm done with this game. I'll show you the deck, because they give you like 1 deck in every color, and then they give you like probably about 10 to a dozen decks in dual color to play, and they're serviceable. You know, you can't really play them, and you could play them in the play queue though. You can't play them in like ranked matches or nothing because they're not legal. But he's got to do 12 damage to us this turn. He's up to 8, 9, 10. Oh. All he needs is a spell to the face and we're dead. Godric's an interesting card. Dragons you control get +1/+0 till end of turn haste. Yeah, we're dead actually. All he has to do is pump this twice. As long as you have 2 or more non-land permanents entered the battlefield under your control this turn. Godric Cloak Reveler is a dragon with flying base power 4/4. He didn't even need to do that. He could have just pumped this twice, but whatever. Mono Red, it's a lot. It's a lot. And again, the flying. I should have sat back is what I should have done, but without those counters, we weren't winning anyway, and he barely beat us. We could have maybe potentially swung back. No, I didn't have fun. I lost. I mean, that's so silly that they do that. Did you have fun when you won the game? Did you not have fun when you lost? It's weird. Let's see. Direct Challenge, Mail, Codex of the Multiverse, maybe it's under? No. Is it? Or is it under deck? Well, I can show you the decks that you start with, I think. Because those are the decks I've built, and then these are... Those are all the decks you get when you start the game. And I forget the order in which you get them, but you're going to get Aerial Domination, Cold-Blooded Killers, Goblins Everywhere, Keep the Peace, Enlarge and in Charge in just your standard playthrough. And then once you get through that, and I'll tell you how flying works and all this jazz, so it tells you a lot of the skills. Then you can start playing with doing daily challenges like I just did. And as you do those, you unlock these decks, all these 2-color decks. And you keep the cards once you get the decks. And as you win games, you get packs. I mean, of course, if you want to have all the cards that I have, you got to coin up. I mean, there's no question of that. But, you know, what I would usually tell people is just find a standard deck that fits like the way you want to play, and like do what you got to do to get those cards. You know, whether it be just play a bunch of games and get enough packs to do it, or, you know, coin up just for those cards. In and of itself, you earn rare wild cards and mythic rare wild cards and commons and stuff, and you can just use your wild cards to generate the cards you're looking to make. So well, honestly, like, all my decks are like versions of net decking. I'm kind of net decking, but typically I change cards out, and that reminds me, I forgot I wanted to change a card out here. But yeah, no, it teaches you how to play the game when you play the tutorial, and then the objects to just get the cards you want for the deck you want to build, or the deck you like, you know. Like, for instance, when I first started, I was really into or even going back to when I was a kid, I always liked playing discard decks. I like the idea of making it so my opponent can't play against me, basically. It just so happened, like, there was a discard deck that was in the standard meta at the time, so it was kind of easy for me to get in. And of course, I got addicted, and now I buy packs and stuff, but it's not that bad. It's a huge investment to start if you want all the cards or a lot of the cards. It's gigantic. On the other hand, if it's something you're going to play, once you get all the cards that you're going to want to have, it then becomes like maybe $100, $200 every 6 months to play this game and keep up to deck and having all the cards. Typically with my wild cards, I use them a lot on historic cards and shit like that, so... Vindicator's a great card. Yeah, if you don't have a way to remove the Vindicator, you might as well just scoop. GG, opponent. Like, you earn a crap load of wild cards, too. If you're not... You get a lot of wild cards. Like, if you get... So that's why I tell people to play Standard, because Standard's only 5 sets. So it's the easiest one to complete a set in. Plus, it's cheaper to buy Standard cards than it is older cards. But I have 65 common wild cards, 198 uncommon wild cards, 5 rares, 7 mythic rares, and my vault's at 146.4%, meaning that that's the value I'm going to get on it if I cash in my vault. But I'm not going to cash in my vault. It tells you contains 1 mythic rare wild card, 2 rares, and 3 uncommons if I cash it in right now. I'm not doing that. I want it to go over 200% at least. So that's good. That's win number 5. Play that again. Run it back. Run back the mono white. And each color has its own archetype. So like blue's a lot of the, quick interaction, bouncing creatures, scrying cards, which scrying means you can look at the top of your library and choose whether you want to keep that card there or move it to your the bottom of your library. I have some of that in here, some scrying from Spellbook Vendor. But it'll tell you right on the side which each ability. Scry 1, look at the top card of your library. You may put that card at the bottom of your library. So it's like a cantrip. You can stack your deck, sort of. Vigilance, the creature doesn't tap when you attack, because anytime you tap your creature and then can no longer block or activate abilities. Then there's static abilities and activated abilities. Like Spellbook Vendor, at the beginning of combat on your turn, you may pay 1. When you do, create a sorcerer role token attached to target creature you control, and this is the attached, and this is what it does. So it just kind of shows you. Even the pros will say, read the cards. People will net deck, not read the cards, and then they're just throwing cards around. They don't know what they're doing. So I played against Up the Beanstalk. You draw a card when you drop it on the battlefield, and then when you play anything 5 mana or more, you get to draw another card. Sure. And again, once you start to understand the abilities and shit, and you see the cards a lot, when you start seeing the cards a lot, because if you play in Standard, people are typically playing one of 10 decks. So you're going to learn the cards quick. Now this is a scry. I can put this to the bottom of my library or leave it on top. I feel like I have plenty of creatures available to me, and I need mana to get this Vindicator out, so I'm going to go ahead and put them on the bottom. And every play you make in this game could be a mistake. You don't know, especially when you don't know what your opponent's got. And then you got to be aware of colors. So he just dropped a blue, green, and white. It can make either 1 blue, 1 green, or 1 white. It's like a tri-land. And then he's got 2 black available, one green. So he doesn't have a counter spell available. So I know he doesn't have a counter spell available. So now I'm going to put my Vindicator out. And slam in there. Every turn I can scry because of that equipment attachment. Yep, we'll keep the mana coming for now. Till the opponent actually does something. He better do something quick, because I'm doing 10 damage to him next turn. He's going to bind up our Phyrexian, which is fine. I got ways to deal with that. Now he's a domain deck. He's playing every color. So now I'm going to go ahead and kick that Leyline Binding back to his hand, giving me my Phyrexian Vindicator back. I'll drop my Regal Bunny Cord. I can't pump my drop that artifact like this on any other creature because I don't have the mana. But I'm putting pressure on. I'm doing him damage. And in the meantime, he's going to be trying to do whatever he can to deal with this Vindicator. At some point, he's going to have to deal with the whole board. A good wipe in these colors, or the wipe you typically see in these colors, is Sunfall. You need 2 white mana, though, to cast a Sunfall. So he's just going to go ahead and bind up again. He's taking the Thalia this time. That Thalia might have killed him. Briefcase, drawing a card. Or no, making a token. So he can block one of these. He's going to bind up the Phyrexian again. Fine. He's at 7. So he just lost the game doing that. Because here's what I'm going to do. I'll play my bodyguard, take away his 1/1. This just got +1/+1 for having another permanent, so it's up to 7 damage. Then, I'm going to put a token on the battlefield. Gives it another +1/+1. Pay the 1 there. Put it on this creature. Slam in for 8. He's dead. And I had another Vindicator on top anyway. Again, he was trying to deal with... I had too much stuff for him to deal with. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. Yep. I'm playing an aggro deck. Aggro decks are typically faster. That's why you see mono red a lot. Everybody plays mono red. Even I have mono red if I want to, if I'm sitting on the toilet with my tablet and I'm playing Magic the Gathering, and I'm being a shithead literally and figuratively, I'm playing this one right here. I even called it mono red toilet. Because if it says you go first, you've basically won the fucking game. Because this is so fast. It's all 1 mana spells. You're doing damage with all of it. So it's pretty good. But to me, that's boring. Always just slamming down, the same cheap creatures. I mean, I'll play it once. Why not? It goes quick. If it says you go first and you got the right draw, opponent's in bad shape real quick. But if opponent can make it to turn 5 and 6, they're probably going to win at that point, because usually mono red runs out of gas. Like here, this is kind of a not great draw, because an opponent goes first. Bet you we lose this one. Mono red aggro from opponent. Question mark. Kumano, pray we draw a creature? Or hold up play with fire? I think we're going to hold up play with fire. That's probably what opponent did too. Nope. Okay, well, you didn't hold it up. I was holding up. I want a creature, so let's see what we get. Another Kumano, not necessary. There we go. Raging Battle Mouse. Play the Kumano. Kumano deals 1. And then next turn it'll put a +1/+1 counter on any creature entering the battlefield, which in this case will be a Raging Mouse. That's not good. This one poops out. This is Squee, Goblin Noble. He poops out a creature every turn. We can do this. Get the 1/1 on our Swift Spear. Battle Mouse. And then hit in for 4. So we're racing. 2 mono red decks racing. And again, we went second, so we're already at a disadvantage. It is possible for some decks to play better going second, but it still puts you at a disadvantage. I mean, this is an absolute setup, but fine. It's probably going to be too much for us to deal with here. Oh, yeah. Monstrous Rage. See, these decks are different. I don't have Monstrous Rage in here. This has become a very popular card. I could probably update this deck a little bit to include that. Yeah, take that down. It's going to do 1 damage for the... Oh, no, that wasn't a Wicked token. Okay. We can't attack. All he needs to do is draw a couple burn spells and we're done. And again, because we're both mono red, it's evenly matched. Otherwise, this might have been done by turn 3 or 4. That's probably our death right there. We're getting 4 this turn. If he doesn't have a play with fire, now a lightning strike, he can kill us if he has a lightning strike. And it looks like he does. Play with fire. All he needs is one more tick, and there's basically nothing we can do now. I mean, we can do this. He's still got 2 creatures left, so we'll say good game. We'll give him a little cheers. Alright, and then we'll throw our cards up in the air and scoopy scoop. Yeah, if you try to do this, it's tapped. So that's your mono red aggro. I hate mono red aggro, so I'm not playing that anymore. Blech. Blech. You know what? Let me try out this mono black Malone deck. It's called Mono Black Malone because I kind of got this deck from MTG Malone. I watch his content a lot on YouTube. He does like just usually standard meta decks. Oh yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of Magic players. This is a huge game. There's probably, what do they say, 10 million plus concurrent players on Arena? I thought, what was that? I checked that like last year. I don't even know how many concurrent players there are. And they're from all over the world. Well, live at any time on Steam, there's 4,800 roughly. That's Steam, though. $321,000. But it's had like what, 10 million downloads or some shit like that. $30-day active player, 4.8 million. $3 million hours watched on Twitch in the last 30 days. 3 million hours. Peak viewers, 30,000. So, yeah. Fairly popular. A lot of people playing it on Twitch. Actually, shout out B-Chad from Bitcoin TV. He's kind of the one who told me I should be playing this shit, because, like, nobody plays this on Kick. On Kick. Yeah, I mean, this game's been around for 30 plus years, so wow, we got lots of discard. Or we got one discard, but lots of kill cards. We can search for a thing later. Opponent goes first. Shitty. It's been a few games since we've been able to... Yeah, that's gotta die. He can pump this every turn. Essentially, he can evolve this, make it a 2-2. Then he can make it a 3-3 with Death Touch. And then after that, he can pump it for 3 mana. Ooh, new foul, Chaotic Toxic Donut? What is it? No, Chaotic X Donut. Thanks for the foul. And you know what that means? Uh-oh. Let's chill out for a minute, make sure it's not super... Because I'm not eating a rotten egg fucking bean for somebody who's trying to Do a shameless self-promotion or something. Or as a bot. We've been botted. What color did I get? I either got dead fish, I think. Or, wait a minute. Well, it's either dead fish strawberry smoothie or it's barf peach. I think it's dead fish strawberry smoothie. Oh boy, here we go. Yeah, sorry, man. I'm eating a bean for a follower. It's peach. I win. Yeah, I win. Lucky fucking bastard. Yeah, so that color is peach and barf. Sometimes the sun shines on a dog's ass. This is one of those times. Actually, I'm going to discard this Takenuma. It's legendary. You can only play it as a land once. We're kind of flooding here. Yeah. Oops is right. Non-land card. I can't really do that yet. Oh, no problem, Knox. Have a good day, man. Have fun setting your stuff up. Hope all works out. And we'll catch you later. Let's see. What are we going to go for here? Shieldred, Gix's Command. Soren seems pretty good. Because we can put him right on the battlefield. No, we can't. We didn't bargain. Duh. Chaotic X, again, thanks for the follow. We appreciate you joining us. We're playing MTGA right now, Magic the Gathering Arena. We're currently in Standard, playing Stray Soul, who seems to be like a mono-red aggro pile, or mono-black aggro pile, yep. He kind of likes talking, apparently. Yeah, we probably lost this game, obviously. Our deck was too slow. His was too fast. We could play this Soren. He'll just kill it. So, yeah, we'll just GG. Which is fine, because I think I need another break. So I will be right back in 5 minutes. I'm going to take a quick 5-minute break. We'll be right back with more Magic. Matter of fact, right before I leave, though, let's see. Maybe we want to play a few games in Historic. Mix it up. I did say I was going to play a different format after the last break, and I didn't do it. Let's see. We can do... Oh. Well, that would make sense if we switched it to Historic first. Player Casualties deck. I played that on stream. You know what? I haven't played the Gates deck in a while. Let's play that. So when we come back, we're going to play Kill Opponent with Our Lands deck. I appreciate you all hanging out with me today. I'm the Watcher Prime. This is Supreme Watcher Gaming, and I will be right back. All right, we're back. We are back. Thank you for joining us. Sorry, I see you rearranged the buttons, Serena. I had to find the MTGA one, but we found it. So we're gonna go ahead and play our Gates deck. Like I says right before we went on the break, mix up the formats. We're gonna go with some historic here. Historic includes all cards printed that are legal. They do sometimes do things where you can play banned cards, but few and far between. We go first. If we get this Guild Summit out, we're in good shape. So we can fish out another gate with our Open the Gates. Go ahead and play a tap Selesnya Guild Gate. Opponent's playing Sanctum, huh? Alright. And let's go with the tap Boris Guild Gate. Cast the Open the Gates. Go fish out a Azorius Guild Gate. Then next turn we're going to slam our Baldur's Gate, play Guild Summit. Oh wait, we can't do that. We didn't play the Azorius Guild Gate. That's right. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Because next turn we can drop our Plaza, or our Thran Porter, rather, assign it as a blue. And, Merfolk deck, huh? Okay. Yeah, we're gonna... Well, that'll come in tapped, so... Let's play this. And... Yeah, let's play this and then Guild Summit. And then next turn we're going to draw a card every time we put a gate on the battlefield. He's going to play out some more Merfolk, which is fine. I want him to do that. I'm going to wipe him right off. I hope he plays them all out. We currently have 4 gates, so he can do 4 damage to every creature with our Gates Ablaze. Now he's up to 4 mana. There you go, yep. Untap your land. Play all of them out, please. Play all of your Merfolk out. Up to 4. Up to 5. This is devastating for opponent. Absolutely devastating. So we want to do 5. We have to play our Thran Portal. I feel like we should probably play a blue. We're going to draw a card. We can go fish out another gate. We have the mana for that. We will pull out our Gate of Tumbledown because we can pay 4 to draw a card, actually to seek a card. So it ensures it's non-land. And we're going to burn their face off. And destroy their army. They might have a counter. Counter target non-creature spell unless its controller plays 1. I played right into that, didn't I? I can pay, though. He didn't see that I had the 1. Oops. Sorry, opponent. Now he's going for lands, Growth Spiral. Which is exactly what we're going to do. We have another Gates Ablaze, so we're like in really good shape here. Drop another gate, draw a card. Growth Spiral. We already have a Boros. Let's put the Plaza in because we gain a life and it comes in untapped. And then we're going to hold up or Settle the Wreckage and debate them into attacking us next turn, hopefully. Shoreline Scout. Collected Company. we're going to go ahead. We don't even want to, because we can wipe the board 3 times over. Settle the Wreckage lets the exiles attacking creatures, but they can go into their library and pull out a mana for each one we exile. In this case, it's only 1. We're going to wipe the board with Supreme Verdict next turn because it can't be countered. So let's do that. We're going to wipe the board. Play our Maze's End. Play our Growth Spiral. We got another wipe back. Draw a card from dropping our gate. Then we got a Gruul Guild gate. So it'll be up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 gates. Draw another gate. This time we're going to go with the gate to Citadel. And let's draw or seek a card out with our Tumble Down. Ooh, we can play another Guild Summit. Yep. Let's tap this down, draw another card. Cast our Union, draw a card. Gain life equal to the amount of cards in our hand. Opponent's dead next turn. Oh yeah, opponent's super dead this turn. So we're going to drop our Citadel. Draw a couple cards. Do our Circuitous Route. Get 2 more gates. What, me murdering my opponent? Look at all these cards I got in my hand. These guild summits are just... Alright, so which one do we want to kill the opponent with? Let's kill him with Simic. That's his colors. We'll kill him with his own colors. Again, whole point to that, in case anybody here doesn't really know what I just did there, we're going to view the battlefield real quick. I had Maze's End. You could pay 3. Yes, yes. But, did you know... I'll show you something in a second, Petey. Anyway, you pay 3, return Maze's End to your deck, get a gate card out of your deck, throw it on the battlefield, and if you have 10 gates, you automatically win the game. That's what happened there. So we're basically killing everything they got and trying to get to 10 gates. Yup. I figured I'd play something a little janky. I like jank. I play a lot of jank. But these are all the decks you can earn, Petey, and for free, for completely free. So you got all the single colored ones for playing in tutorial, and then when you play in the play queue and just play games, yeah, I get that, and that's, you know. That's learning archetypes, that's all that is. And then creatively, like, most people net deck. Like even the streamers and the pros and the people who do, like, you know, deck build videos and stuff, a lot of those ideas come from other people. I always say it's like it's almost like open source creativity. Because a lot of times, who knows who originally made that deck? And there's different versions. Like, there's different ways to play this Gates deck. I'm just playing it the way that allows you to keep the board clean and draw cards until you get enough gates. This is a little slow, this hand. I do have, you know, I can kill a creature or a planeswalker early on, so... Again, worst 3 words in Magic, opponent goes first. It's doing a token thing. Yeah, he's doing tokens. And we need to draw a gate. We need another gate real quick. If we can get to 4 mana, we're going to start drawing a lot of cards. Ruby. I don't know. This is going to be pretty fast for opponent. That Baldur's Gate might be saving our lives here. I think what I think we might want to do. Play Baldur's Gate. Fateful Absence the Ruby. He gets a token where he can draw a card. Hopefully on his turn he pays his 2 mana and draws his card. And we slow him down a little bit. I think that's the best play. He's a token aggro deck. So... yeah, oh boy. Yep, Godric. He's hasting out, so he's got a lot of hasty creatures. I need to get to 4 mana as quick as possible. Okay, so... if I do this, it comes in clean. I need another white. I need a green real bad. So green. Let's get some life back and draw a card. Maybe we can draw another untapped land. That's pretty good. So we can wipe the board like 3 times over. We have a Supreme Verdict. We have a Gates Ablaze, and these Guild Summits will draw us into more kill spells. If I get a red mana out there, next turn I'm going to put is it Guildgate down? Playing anything, opponent? No? Okay, that changes it a little bit. Let's do this, because then the quicker we get this down, the quicker we can draw a card with its ability there. Or seek a card, rather, with its ability. Because I dropped that, Baldur's Gate will produce red mana. Now the question becomes, do I think I put a Summit down and let him play out a little bit. I think I got one more turn. I can take one more bump. He's going to draw. Okay. So, next turn we're wiping it. More than likely, regardless of what he plays. Got a Cascading Bloodbraid Elf with haste. So that's 6-7 damage. I'm glad I waited. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're going to have 5. So let's put this other one down here. Draw a card. And then Gates Ablaze. Wiping the board. Oh, thanks, Petey. Yeah, well, you weren't here earlier, so you didn't hear me say that I worked 32 hours in the last 2 days. I worked 16-hour day on Saturday and a 16-hour day on yesterday. I almost said on Sunday. And I just last night slept 10 hours, so I figured I'd do like a chill early stream. Serene's under the weather, so she's probably taking the day off. And I figured I'd play Magic early on. Later, I am either going to play Mortal Kombat 1, or I'm going to play something else a little more fast-paced than Magic. But, you know, maybe not as intensive as Mortal Kombat is. Of course, about Mortal Kombat, I am just playing through the story. But, so it's not like it's that labor-intensive. Cool, Azorius Guildgate, throw that down, draw a card. Growth Spiral. Excellent. Draw a card, play a land. And we'll put down this Izzet Guildgate, draw another card. Drawing Simic Guildgate, which is nice. So we're going to have our requisite gates here in a turn. We need to find a Maze's End to win this game, so next turn I'll be able to hold up Negate in case he's playing a lot of spells, but it doesn't look like he's playing any spells. He's got nothing but creatures here. I'd like him to play out one more creature, would be nice. Yeah, any thoughts on what you're going to play today, Petey? Well, maybe I can give you a little idea. Vampire Survivors. I think I've seen that one. Don't quote me on that. We're going to tap down some of these gates and draw some cards. We're about ready to have so many friggin' cards in our hand. Alright, cool. That's cool. So we can Gates Ablaze, kill that thing. It's an ADHD masterpiece. I love it, Petey. I love it. Seriously. We'll throw Maze's End down. We don't want to draw any more cards because then we're just discarding. We win next turn, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 gates. Nah. Because we'll get 7. If we cast this, we'll get 8, 9. So we might just cast Securitas Root, keep Negate up. He just drew, what was that he just hit us with? Bone Crusher Giant? Yeah, we might have to wipe the board again after this turn. And he just got a Den of the Bugbear that he can turn into a creature, which is not great. We need to kill him quick. Minsk and Boo. Minsk is going to throw some squirrels at us, or hamsters rather. So we're getting hit up by the hamsters. We kind of have to win this turn, so we got to be careful. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. MB, thank you for the follow. Appreciate you. Appreciate you very much. Round of applause for MB. And you know what that means. I'm going to have to eat a jelly bean. Let's finish this game. He wants to tap that down. Oh my god, that Union of the Third Path probably just saved our lives. So let's go ahead and use it. Awesome. And now we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 out there. Yep. Yeah, they're Jelly Belly Bean Boozled beans. And I had one earlier. I was a little scared because it was Barf or Peach. Actually, I thought it was Barf, Peach, Dead Fish, or Strawberry Smoothie. Nope, that don't count. That don't count, Petey. We stipulated that right away. We definitely stipulated that right away. So what we're going to do is we're going to do the Securitas route. We're going to do Boros, Guildgate, Gate to Citadel. Oh, God. Yeah, that's what I'm afraid is going to happen to me. Honestly, if I'm being completely honest. So let's pick this gate up, or pick the Maze's End up. Hopefully I counted right. Here's a Slayep, and I did. We won. Okay, so that being said, MB, thank you very much for the follow. And I might be saying something a little bit different here in a minute. I might not be thanking you as much in a minute, but thankful nonetheless. Okay, what did we get? We got the white one. The white one is either Dirty Dishwasher or Birthday Cake. Let me cross myself quick. Full cam. You're not going to believe this, but it's Birthday Cake. Awesome. Well, get some more people in here, Petey. Get some more people in here. Maybe you won't get scammed. All right, let's go. Sorry, babe. Hey, listen, it's not like I know, right? Yeah, I know. Super lucky. Appleberry Serene will tell you that... Serene will tell you I'm probably the luckiest son of a bitch in gaming. All right, let's go. Are we going to play another Gates, guys, or you guys want to see something else? Oh, no. Oh, no. No, because we're on the lookout for bots. I can't see me, at this point in our channel's history, getting more than maybe 5 or 6 follows in a stream. So anything over like 2 dozen is going to be sus. It's going to be super fucking sus. Let's play another Gates. We're doing good. We're 2-0 with the Gates, too. I'm 2-0 with the Beans and 2-0 with the Gates deck. So I'm going to ride my luck. I'm going to try to keep rolling 7s or 11s here. Oh, God. This is a good sign. One land. That's a snap mulligan. This is much better. We're going to play Selesnya Guildgate turn 1 tapped. Open the gates for a red-white mana source. Probably play Plaza Harmony after that, so we have our mana situation figured out except for blue. And for now, I am going to shelve the Guild Summit because we do not have... Wait a minute. No, that's probably a bad idea. Let's shelve the Gates Ablaze. We have lots of sweepers in the deck. Hopefully we draw another one later. How do you know I'm not fucking lying? Like I just did the dishwater one. It just doesn't bother me. Yeah, they say psychotic people, stuff like that doesn't bother them at all. Like pepper spray doesn't do anything to them. So how do you know I'm not just psychotic? That's the other thing, too. A lot of this shit's a state of mind. It kind of is. Or you just got really crazy good taste buds that really... We got an enchantment deck, huh? Playing against enchantments. Gain our 3 life. Drop our Guild Summit. Next turn, do Thran Portal on red, probably. Plus Guild Summit. Ooh. Well, that kind of changes it a little bit. We're going to go... Still go red. And then we'll union to the 3rd path and draw into another card. Drawing all these Thran portals isn't really helping us out. Okay. Baldur's Gate. He's got was at Shroud. Yeah, this ain't good. He's gonna combo off big time here. Yep, mono white enchantment deck is kind of weird. I'm surprised he's not splashing a little green in there at least, but we're not in good shape. Yeah, we're not in really good shape at all. So, that being said, we'll do Thran Portal on blue. He just shut down our plaza. Slappy slap in the face with a 3/4 dragon? Frost dragon? He's just going to keep us locked down with his enchantments. So, we'll do the Maze's End. We'll do the Growth Spiral. We'll do the Citadel. And that'll do it for the turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, 5. I always make the mistake. You gotta be careful. Do not count the Plaza of Harmony as a gate. It is not a gate. It's a good way to lose. Pick up your you want to pick up your Maze's End when you have 9 gates. So we'll do these because we only got one of each in our deck. And then we're gonna draw and gain life. Or no, just draw. And we can play another Thran Portal. This time we'll play it on white. And we'll end the turn. Opponent's drawing all his cards. Now we can blow up our Maze's End. That's probably the end of the game right there. Just happen to draw that Field of Ruin. And we have no regular mana sources. He shrouded our lone enchantment that lets us draw cards, so that's probably the killer right there. And he's not even playing any creatures, so... I mean, we could keep drawing for now. Or seeking cards and see what we get, but... We're up to 6. This will make 7. At least we can negate something, but... We're probably going to be sitting here for the next 20 turns while he slowly picks us apart. With his Cave of the Frost Dragon. I like tax decks too. Any kind of stuff like this that kind of locks up your opponent. It gets frustrating and then they scoop. I could have negated that, but he's tapped out. I kind of just want to kill it. Because it's not like he's played a lot of creatures or planeswalkers. Yeah. Enchantments and artifacts now too. Stonebrain's going to make us start milling cards, so we're going to lose cards every turn too. Opponent's just drawing so many friggin' cards. He's got to discard 3 here. Alright, well, we got really nothing else to play except for Growth Spiral. We can put Baldur's Gate on the battlefield, but we'll just have to sacrifice it. Let's draw some, get that. We don't have a Boros yet. I mean, the only way we wins is if we draw Maze's End and can pick it up before they can destroy it. But it looks to me like they got to have some... They probably got a couple ways to remove mana. This is kind of death by 1,000 cuts here. Choose a card name. Maze's End. He just took our win con away, so... Yep, good game, opponent. We don't gotta sit around and watch us go through our whole deck without our win con. I mean, it was good to see that. I will actually say sometimes a loss is good. It's the only way you learn. Like I said, top end you're talking like a 60% win rate. So let's do some more jank. Let's do something different, though. Let's do our Terror Mastery deck again, we could do. Or we can do this Land Destruction deck that I've gotten from Strider Stone, another Magic player. Strider Stone, another Magic player. I did switch a few things out, though. A couple things. But this is a haphazard bombardment deck. The whole idea behind this is to... keep stuff off the battlefield early on and eventually trying to get haphazard bombardments on the battlefield along with Lotus Fields for lots of mana. The only thing I don't like about this deck is it's not playing... Hold on a second. Let's make an adjustment to this deck. It's got 30 lands in it, huh? Kind of need them, but... I'm curious. It's an 80 card deck, that's why. Okay. I feel like one Elish Norn can go, because that's a little bit of a lightning rod. Although that is the points to get haphazard bombardments on the battlefield with an Elish Norn. Because Elish Norn will double your ETB effects, or enter the battlefield effects. I love Cosmos Elixir. Me and Strider have that in common. I'm not as big on Settle the Wreckage as he is, so I'm going to pull that. We'll keep our tutor. I'm going to drop one Maze Mine Tome and one Reprieve. And what am I looking for? We're looking for... Let's filter this. We're going to go... Creature, 2 mana. Okay. Yeah, Strict Proctor. Yeah, we don't want Strict Proctor. We want Blood Sun, for sure. Trying to think here. I'd like a 1 mana spell. Probably 2 Elspeth. Elspeth's Fury, maybe? Let's see. Nope. Go to 1 mana. Go to instant. Remove creature. Go ahead. Elspeth Smite. 1, 2, 3, 4. I like that curve better. I like having a 1 mana play. Especially against a super aggressive deck. You always see elves or goblins in Historic, so... Well, that's what I mean. I'll like net deck. Sometimes I make my own decks and stuff, but... Like this Rolls deck I made. This is... Yeah, I did this Humans deck. This Tempo deck I did, but it... By that time I did it, I hadn't known, but there was a whole bunch of people already did it. It was pretty obvious combo. Oh, and Magic? Did you catch one of our games earlier where I was playing Mono White Ab? Or did you come in after that? You might have came in after that. I was playing Mono White Aggro earlier. After? Yeah. White's good. I like white a lot in like a black-white Planeswalker or like Super Friends deck, something along those lines. I like those kinds of games. Yeah, Gates. A Gate deck. No white. We win. Easy game. Easy clap. We win. Bye-bye, opponent. Magic God. Only need 6 more wins and we're done with our weekly, which is nice in less than 3 hours. Ironically, that was like a horrible starting hand, honestly. I like to see 3 mana in the starting hand, ideally. And at least 1 in each color that you're playing when you're playing multicolor decks. Or dual color decks. Now this one's the other way. It's a little heavy on mana, but we got tap mana early on that we can drop, so we're gonna slow roll this hand anyway. We can't defend ourselves with our Fateful Absence, which lets us destroy a creature or planeswalker, and its player gets a little investigation token. He can pay 2 to draw a card, essentially. Our deck does have Yorion as a companion, so we can pay 3, bring Yorion out, and then Yorion When it enters the battlefield, exile any number of other non-land permanents you own and control. Return those cards to the battlefield at the beginning of the next end step. So you'd like to have a haphazard bombardment out here, play Yorion, and flicker it, and when it comes back on, it'll reassign targets. Good way to blow a lot of shit up. We'll play one of our tapped white sources. We'll get the blue on the battlefield early. Fuck with them a little bit, make them think we're just blue-white. Okay, we just plain swamp out of opponent. We'll play our Sacred Foundry tap, wait and see what he does. Cycles his... He's drawing 3 cards and cycling. Dimir colors, and we know he's got a Rafine's Tower, so we know he's at least Esper. Blue, white, and black. Gonna counter that opponent? No? Okay, we don't need the farewell. Probably put this back and draw 3. Yeah, that don't really matter. Cool. Lotus Field's nice. Lotus Field's 3 mana any color. But when it enters the battlefield, you gotta sack 2 lands. So he didn't have a counterspell last turn. Let's see if he drew one. And get our Cosmos going. No counter. So we're gonna get a Scryan +2 on our life. We'll keep that tutor. Because we'll probably cast that next turn. Probably seeking haphazard bombardment. Or you could just kill that. Keep dropping our mana and kill that. Yeah, let's do that. Kind of a pricey way to kill one creature, but... Back up Elesh Norn. Nah. I think we're a little ways away from playing Elesh Norn, honestly. Opponent, you're making us go to sleep here. Give opponent a little snoozy emote. Snoozy time, opponent. Thank you. You got another one of those. Okay. Okay, so... Play yet another Cosmos Elixir. Look at Elesh Norn. Trying to think. I want this to go in the right order because this is kind of a critical turn here. If I tutor, I'm kind of wasting mana, right? Or am I not if I play my Lotus Field? I think I'm not if I play my Lotus Field. So we're going to take away one of these. And this one. Right? And then we'll Idyllic Tutor. Get our haphazard bombardment. Do we want another land? We got 6. Yeah, let's go ahead. Keep that land. If you can get this haphazard bombardment going, that is probably a backbreaker. This combo right here is... Because this thing will draw 2 cards next turn, 3 the turn after that, 4, 5, 6, and every time he draws, he gains life. So we got to do something about that immediately. We can enter that tap, because we're just going to do this. And we're going to do his One Ring, his Sheoldred, his Rafine's Tower, and a Swamp or an Island. I feel like he's probably not playing counterspell, so let's take his swamp. Another haphazard, and another one. Damn. I was kind of hoping to get either the One Ring or the Sheoldred with that. And every turn he's just going to gain more and more life. We got to draw something to kill that. Okay, so he might counter this. If he counters this, we're in bad shape. He countered it. Had a feeling it was going to come to that. Alright, so that being said, we can drop this Lotus Field. This is unnecessary. These two are unnecessary. So we're now up to 8 mana. Come on, get that Sheoldred. I don't want that. Too slow. Damn. It's horrible. And that's what I mean. This combo is incredible. There's like not a lot I can do about this unless I draw some way that he can't counter to kill this. But he's probably sitting on, I'd say, 4 or 5 counter spells at this point. Has he shown more than one? Well, he's only shown one so far. I mean, we could do this. He's probably going to counter it. Uh-huh. Sure. Sure, sure. And we keep just drawing land after land. Another Sheoldred. That's like incredible that we drew that, but if he has a counter spell, I mean, we're dead one way or the other in a turn or two, right? So artifacts and creatures, and do we do graveyards? Sure. Fingers crossed. Yeah, should have known better. GG opponent. It's probably an L for us. And there it is. I mean, it's just 4 damage. We'll take 2 on our upkeep. He's got like infinite cards. I mean, look at that. It even shows the insignia. Infinite cards and allowed in hand. Like, he's literally can counter anything we do here. So we're just going to say good game again. And scoop. Boo. That's a pretty prevalent combo, that the One Ring from the Lord of the Rings set and that Sheoldred. Because Sheoldred not only negates the amount of damage that the One Ring does to you, it just, I mean, that gets out of control super quick. So we'll play it again. I'd like to get that haphazard bombardment like really going. At least once. Okay, we got early removal. This is kind of a half-ass counter spell. Blood Sun's nice. Yeah, we got a good hand as far as, you know, about as good as we can have for going second. But this these triomes really smooth out our mana early on. Next turn, probably Sundown Pass, Blood Sun Pass. Right through the turn. Depends. He's playing a Gates deck, so... Oh yeah, he's playing a Gates deck, probably very similar to the one we just played. So, all lands lose all abilities. That basically just shut his deck down. Good game, opponent. Unless you got some kind of, like, enchantment removal here. No? Okay. Alright, let's see. We can... put that in, and we're going to jabate his ass. Hopefully he's got like a haste creature here too. That'd be awesome for us. He's got his guild summit. Do we take the bump to put this back there? No, because he'll tap that, draw a card. Who cares? Go ahead, draw your card, dream your dream. We're just looking for the debate. Sometimes opponents just scoop when they see this, because then they're like, well, I don't even know if I can ever, or, you know, when's a good time to attack. Now doesn't really matter because we got our verdict. So... trying to think what I want to do here. Let's get our Maze Mine Tome cooking. And start scrying out some lands and stuff. There's a Sundown Pass. We'll take it. We get to 6 mana, we're in good shape here. This is another flicker effect. So we get this haphazard bombardment onto the battlefield and start flickering it. We're going to go right after their gates. We're going to target their gates right away, if we can. We gotta hurry up, though. Nope, we're gonna let you not do that. You can do that next turn if you want. If he's got that Maze's End. Plaza Harmony, okay. Even better. If we draw a land next turn, and he can't kill this, we're basically gonna win the game. Got a farewell now? I don't think that's necessary. I think we need to get another man. We need that one more mana source. Of course, he's got to remove Blood Sun too, because all these do is produce mana now. They don't do shit. So he can't even use his Maze's End while we have Blood Sun. Yeah. Enter the battlefield effects don't work. None of that. Opponent. Gates ablaze. So he did kill it, but that's fine. Oh, let's see. We can spell shift. Cosmos Elixir. We still need a mana source. Let's try to put one up top. Nope. Don't need that. So we'll Cosmos Elixir. We can draw, but I'm not sure I want to do that. I want another mana source. Watch him find a way to blow this Blood Sun up and kill us. That would be funny. I'm trying to get to that 6 mana source. We need it. It's a shame we didn't get one of our 4 Lotus Fields at the beginning of the game. So that probably would have solved this issue. Here go, opponent. Come on. Thank you. Yeah, that's fine. That's absolutely fine. So, well, here's our 6 mana source, but it's coming in tapped. So we're going to go like this. Put that in tapped. Actually, no, it comes in straight because of that. Alright, so that's 6 poison. Do we want to do it? Nah, let's kill his creatures. Yeah, you're right. I'm going. Looks like opponent might be a little salty. Another Blood Sun. Cool. Got a salty opponent. Guild Summit again. Guild Summit 2.0. You can tap down like maybe 3 of his gates, draw his cards. He's going to run out of cards before we do. I'm going to keep this Blood Sun right in our hand. In case we need to wipe out all the enchantments, we can just play another Blood Sun. Do we have enough mana? We don't have enough mana to play out Yorion after putting him into our hand. Yeah, so we're just going to go Haphazard Bombardment. And we're going to target you. Not enchantment permanents, right? So get rid of you, you. Cool. Yeah, I'm just going to mark up all your lands, opponent. Now I'm going to fucking flicker this shit. Should be a win. As long as we can keep, like I said, as long as we can keep our Blood Sun on the battlefield, this should be a win. He can draw all his cards. That's fine by us. I mean, cool. Yeah, you got a creature. That's nice. You got more of them? Got 4 of those in your deck, opponent? Opponent's down to 27 cards in his library, too, so you better watch out. Okay, we're gonna Faithful Absence you. Opponent can go ahead and draw. He loves drawing cards. Let him draw another card. And let's Scroll Shift you. Draw a card. Yeah, you get it, opponent? You understand what's going on here? Yeah, I'm going for that for sure. All your gates. I'm gonna make sure I mark up all your gates, particularly the ones that do stuff. Plaza, I don't care about. That's a black one. Blue and green's not great. Let's get rid of that one. Player Island. Passing turn. Now opponent's losing at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more mana. So over the next 6 turns. Cool, we got reprieve. If he's got something real nasty in his hand, we can go ahead and put it back in his hand. I mean, obviously with the amount of mana he has, he can probably just cast it twice. Next turn, Scroll Shift again, maybe. Oh, man. Okay, he's going for Explore. He's going to use all his mana, draw all his cards. He's down to 20. I did manage to blow up his Maze's End, too, so even if he kills our Blood Sun, he needs another Maze's End. Typically, people play 2 or 3 of those in their deck. Sometimes they play 4, but the thing is the more of those you play, the less gates you can play, so it's kind of counterintuitive for that gates deck to play too many Maze's Ends. I don't think opponent likes this. Your go, opponent. Getting snoozy. Cool. You did it for 12. Here, let's let you do that again. Oh, an Elish Norn into a scroll shift. If I had one more mana. One more mana. Nice. Maybe it's just my lucky day. I think it might just be my lucky day. So we do this. We scroll shift. Our haphazard bombardment again. It's going to re-enter the battlefield. Then it's going to trigger twice because of Elish Norn. I don't care about your Primeval Titan. You're not going to kill me. So let's just start marking up more of his gates, including his Maze's End. We'll do his Orzhov, his Izzet, and his Boros. And then we'll do his Selesnya. His Gruul. His Dimir. And his Simic. Now we got like all his lands marked up. And we need to find more. We need to find more haphazards, because if you have 2 on the battlefield, it'll blow 2 up every turn. If you have 3, it'll blow up 3 every turn. Right. He likes his white mana. That's about it for the coffee. Okay. Sure. Mm-hmm. You got it, opponent. You got it. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We got 9, so we can pull Urian out, and we can farewell their creatures. And Mice will do the graveyards. Like I said, I'm at this point, they're probably just going to run out of cards. He's down to 15. Take another land out. We're grinding the opponent's face off right now. I mean, do you have 2 lands? He does have 2 lands. Okay. He's drawn 4 more cards. He now has as many cards in his hand as he does his library. So you got 8 turns or less here, opponent. It's a good game, but I don't see any scenario where he wins this. I mean, he can gain all the life he wants. If you have no cards, he's still drawing cards. Yeah. Yeah, in some universe that would kill me, but not this one. Alright, let's see what other lands we haven't marked up. He's got another Gruul Gate. He's got a Simic Gate, a Rakdos Gate. Iganjo doesn't matter. Well, let's just meme on him and blow up his forest. We're not really blowing anything up. Opponent's kind of just not... He can't do anything because his gates aren't doing nothing. Well, you could kill Yorion. There you go. That's good. Opponent's down to 6 and 6. 6 in hand, 6 in graveyard. Well, 6 in hand, 6 in library. Ironically, also 6 in graveyard. And we're still drawing lands. That's fine. So let's do a Mazemind Tome. for the memes. It's kind of unnecessary. We'll draw a card with our tome. Yeah. Cool. So that's the land destruction deck. Fortunately, our opponent was just pulling lands out everywhere, but it didn't really matter because we shut down his win con. Not bad. We did, 2/3 of our weeklies and our daily in about 3 hours and 10 minutes. That's not bad. Pretty good. It means like an hour worth of play and we'll be done with that. Ooh, you got mail. Weekly announcements. I'm not interested right now. I'm the Watcher Prime. I thank you guys for jumping in, Petey. Special thanks for you jumping in, coming into the chat. Appleberries. Of course, Serene, you're always there. I love you guys. Knox, thank you very much for coming in. Appreciate you, fam. And I appreciate MB and Chaotic for being Lucky Charms today. They both followed. I ate a potentially hazardous bean, jelly bean for them, but it turned out pretty good, so they're good luck. MB, Chaotic, shout out to you. You're good luck. I will be back later tonight. I still have not decided whether or not I'm going to do Mortal Kombat 1 or another game. We'll see. But I'm definitely going to come back tonight and play something else. Serena might be back tomorrow if she's feeling better. But for now, I'm the Watcher Prime. You've been watching Serene Watcher Gaming. And I love you all. Peace.